Browning, and he's up 0-1 in the count. Browning right in there, yet another four-seam fastball. We've seen so many of those. I wonder what the difference between a four-seamers and his other arsenal is. He goes with a four-seam arsenal at that, as Rizzo flips over to Browning. A 3-1 put away to retire Wong to end the frame. Tyler Webb, the 485 2-2 pitcher, going to come out for the St. Louis Cardinals out of the pen to get it started in the 8th when we return. Let's play ball in the second to last frame. Jose Pirela up here for the Chicago Cubs to get it started. He's already got a solo shot to his name on the day as he pops out to Paul DeJong on the infield to start the frame. Now Jonathan Schoop, a single, a flyout, and a strikeout in that order. 1 for 3 on the day, and he's in the box here. He's extended his hitting streak from 3 games to 4 already, and he's going to come around on the first pitch as Goldschmidt flips over to Weber, and there's an out, or excuse me, Webb. Used to saying Weber. Don't know where that came from, but Weber, I like that name. Manny Machado, a 6-game hitting streak, 328 average, and he steps in here once again. Now Machado going to crush Webb's pitch here for all it's worth out in the left field, and it's able to find the seats. Home run number 3 for the former Los Angeles Dodgers shortstop. Put it in your book as now Anthony Rizzo steps up. Cubs lead back out to 5, 6-1, and Webb going to come right down the middle here to Rizzo, and he's able to find the gap up the middle. Anthony Rizzo, 2 hits on the day now. 1 a double and 1 a single, and he's got an RBI. And now Tyler Browning going to be up at the plate here, and he's going to be pulled out. Browning going to be pulled out in favor of J.D. Davis. Davis, no home runs, 4 RBIs. All 4 RBIs coming on home territory at Wrigley Field. So we'll see if he's able to pick one up here, at least at the very least. Well, he can't advance Rizzo. There's 2 outs. But a 1-0 here, 4-seamer to 87. Well, I guess he could advance Rizzo if he's able to find a way to get on base. But the 1-1 is now Rizzo stands on first here. 1-1, a slider up and away, and it's a 2-1 count now. Pitcher getting a little ahead of himself here as he fires in a change to even the count back at 2. 2-2 pitch in here from Webb. Davis comes around, and he's sent back to the dugout on strikes. The Cubs doubling the Cardinals in hits, 14-7, and they got their 5-run lead back as it's a 6-1 score. We head to the 8th, and we'll see who comes out of the pen for Chicago. Michael Dunn, the former Miami Marlins reliever, 2 holds to his name on the 2020 campaign in 28 1/3 innings pitched, a 159 earned run average, a walk to strikeout ratio of 0-24, and he's going to face Tommy Edman to start the bottom half of the frame. Michael Dunn in here to Tommy Edman. The first pitch Edman sees out in the left field. The ball's carrying out there. Home run number 16 for Tommy Edman, and just like that, the Cardinals cut it back to a 4-run score. That's not the way I would want to be greeted if I'm Michael Dunn, as now Harrison Bader digs in. First pitch swinging for Edman, and first pitch home run calling. 0-1 in here to Bader once again. Michael Dunn, the pull out of the glove, and it's going to go for a ball. The count even back at 1 here. Harrison Bader wearing number 48 for the St. Louis Cardinals, and another 4-seam fastball from Michael Dunn. These Cardinals hitters fooled easily by the fastball, it seems today, as the 1-2 bounces off the hill. Baez is going to have to find it himself, but he's able to knife it to Rizzo in time for the out, as now DeJong steps in the box here. 1 down, 6-2 our score. Tommy Edman, a solo home run to get the frame started here, and now another first pitch swing. Scope to Rizzo, 4-3. Put away if you've got your scorebook and your pen or pencil out at home. Now Dexter Fowler, 320 average in the box here for the St. Louis Cardinals. 2 down, bottom of the 8th, and yet another first pitch swing. Machado going to go to Rizzo, 5-3 to end the frame. The Cubs hold on to their 6-2 lead as the Cardinals get one back, and the Cubs going to look at extend it, maybe back out to 5 in the top of the 9th as we send the top of the order to the dish. As we said, a huge game here from London. Tyler Webb right here to Dexter Fowler. Fowler going to crush this one out towards center field. It's a play off the wall. Fowler going to turn and head for second base here into the cutoff to DeJong, but Fowler's in standing. St. Louis Cardinals just a half a game back in the NL Central standings behind the Cubs, Cubs at 40-31, St. Louis at 39-31. As now Buster Posey steps in here. As we said, the Cubs looking at send their lead back out to 5. Buster Posey going to take a slider up and away, and it's a called strike. Home plate umpire giving everything to St. Louis here in this one as the knuckle curve. Posey came around. 0-2 right down the middle, and Posey comes around, and he's sent back to the dugout on strikes faithfully once again. A grounder, a single, and then another pair of grounders for Javier Baez. 341 on the season. Fowler standing at second after the leadoff double, and now Baez going to bounce one up towards the middle. DeYoung able to locate, find it over to Goldschmidt, and there's 2 outs now. Cubs going to head back to Wrigley Field for 3 games against the Mets. Travel day tomorrow, and then they start the series on Tuesday. Bellinger, the right fielder, in the box here. St. Louis going to head off and play the Miami Marlins, who we've talked about a couple of times throughout the broadcast here. 0-1, and now Cody Bellinger going to flip this one away foul. 0-2, and Webb hangs on right down the middle, and Bellinger a bouncer towards third. Edman able to find it, and he's able to flip it over to Goldschmidt across the field in time, and that sends us to the last bit of baseball we should have today if all goes according to plan. Bottom of the ninth coming up here, Yadier Molina, Paul Goldschmidt, and Tyler O'Neill for the St. Louis Cardinals, and Michael Dunn going to remain on the hill. Cubs look to finish it off here. It's Yadier Molina in the box for the St. Louis Cardinals. And Yadier Molina, first pitch swinging and a first pitch bouncer. Machado going to one-hop it over to Rizzo. And there's 1 out now as Goldschmidt digs in. 1 for 3. A single, a strikeout, and a grounder onto the infield already. Just 8 pitches for Michael Dunn. The St. Louis Cardinals managing to get a run off him here as the pop-up behind home plate going to find itself into the netting. 0-1 here. Kick in from Dunn, and Goldschmidt going to pop this one up. Not having to go far as Posey just a step out in front, and there's 2 outs quickly now for Tyler O'Neill. He's 1 for 3 on the day. A double in his second at bat if you missed that. And now Michael Dunn, having sent down 5 in a row since seeing Edman, faces off with O'Neill here. A slider cutting in at 86 here. And now Michael Dunn hesitating from the windup right down the middle yet again. A four-seamer catching 93. 0-2. St. Louis down to their last strike. Trailing 6-2. Pull out of the glove here from Dunn. And he's able to pick up the K. And the Cubs victorious in back-to-back games in London. A 6-2 win over the St. Louis Cardinals, outscoring the Redbirds 14-2 in the 2-game series. How do you like that one? The Cubs got on the board in the second. It was Anthony Rizzo with an RBI double, and Tyler Browning brought him around to score with an RBI single. In the 5th, of course, we had a 2-run shot from Cody Bellinger, and don't forget about the solo shot from Jose Perella. And then in the 8th inning, we can't forget about that one. What did happen in the 8th as we look back to our game line here from this one? In the 8th inning, yes, indeed, it was that Manny Machado solo home run. How could I forget that? And Tommy Edman on the board for the Cardinals with a solo home run, following that up to make it a 4-run score as Tommy Edman, 2 RBIs in the game, as if you look on my screen here, an RBI in the 5th inning. The final line for the Cubs going to go in at 6-15-1, and the St. Louis Cardinals 2-0. Tyler Browning picks up the win for Chicago in his first start, and the Cubs road grays and Jake Flaherty going to take the loss for the Cardinals. We look around the league to see our other scores, and yes, indeed, the Cincinnati Reds fell, so they're now 46-26, and the Cubs going to move to 41-31 as the Cubs continue their creep up the NL Central standings and playing off with the New York Mets this week, as they're going to come in cold, will make things a lot easier. As you see as well, Matt Scherzer coming out victorious for the Washington Nationals once again, as Jacob deGrom going to take the loss. The Mets only tallying half of what the Nats do with an 8-4 score. Looking at some of our other scores, the Athletics over the Phillies 6-3. That looks like it was a bullpen game all the way. Los Angeles over Atlanta 6-3. Kershaw taking in another W. And the Pittsburgh Pirates dueling out one with Colorado in a 1-0 score. Well, that's going to wrap things up for us here today on a Sunday Sunday. Hope you've had a great day, and I hope you have another great day tomorrow. We'll get back into Chicago tomorrow night, and then we'll be ready for some more baseball on Tuesday between the Cubs and the New York Mets. It's been great talking to you. Colby Smith here once again. The Cubs victorious over the St. Louis Cardinals 6-2. Have a great Monday, and I'll talk to you on Tuesday.